Welcome back to bringing yoga into our daily lives as we've been moving through the 8 limbs of yoga. We've accomplished our first yama and our second niyamas. We're on our 3rd limb today, the asanas, our yoga postures. And the most important posture we have is our seat. This is also the root of asana, is our seated position that we take during meditation. In yoga, the body is a temple of the inner self. The most important posture is one we can hold comfortably and be able to be motionless. The idea is to be able to sit in comfort without being pulled by the body's aches and pains or restlessness due to the uncomfortable position. As we begin, the habit of discipline and the ability to focus our mind, which is necessary for meditation, we find strength in our muscles, lubrication in our joints, and the flexibility to bend, especially when challenging circumstances arise in our daily lives. We deepen our connection to stillness through meditation, promoting mental and emotional well-being to remain flexible with the ever-changing environment. Conscious breathing and awareness through regular asana practice is the key to regulating emotions, as it lowers stress response and promotes feelings of capability when it comes to handling life's challenges. Yoga has a positive ripple effect when it comes to the mind, body, breath, and heart connection, bringing us to wholeness and peace. So today we'll be moving through our asanas and hopefully getting comfortable enough at the end of class that we can be still and comfortable during our meditation. Let's get started. Taking nice deep breaths here. Let's move all the way to the floor. Taking a moment, let's bring our soles of our feet together. Have the knees soften and bent out to our sides. Gently rock back and forth from one glute to the other. Start to bring the arms down the legs. Gently rocking left and right. Bringing some movement. Starting to focus on our breath as we move left and right. And then starting to settle, we're going to start to draw up, lengthening through the spine as we bring the hands to the knees. Rolling those shoulders back and down. Let's lengthen all the way through the body, stacking the vertebrae. We feel the glute bones grounded into the earth. We're lengthening all the way through the vertebrae, all the way through the crown of the head, towards the back and on top as we lift up towards the sky. Closing the eyes, focusing on the breath. Nice deep inhales and exhales through the nose. And today, let's be just a little more body conscious, a little more breath conscious. So trying to keep that breath in and out of the nose, and even bringing the tongue to the roof of the mouth and behind the front teeth, making that full connection as we breathe today. Taking a moment, let's center ourselves. And as we do, coming up with a positive affirmation or intention. And if our mind happens to be blank today, we can always come to hum so or so hum, which simply means I am. That way we're bringing ourselves into our present moment. One more deep centering breath. And as we exhale, let's draw the chin into chest. Let's inhale, lift the chin, bring the gaze up. Start to roll those shoulders back down and open through the heart and the chest muscles here. Exhale, letting the chin sink back down into the chest. Inhale, drawing up, lifting through the heart and the gaze. Pulling that expanding breath through the chest. Let's exhale, chin into chest. And allow the head to tilt to one shoulder. Inhale, lengthen back through center. Exhale, we tilt to the opposite shoulder. We keep the shoulders nice and relaxed. As we inhale, we lengthen up. As we exhale, we release an ear towards the shoulder. Inhale and exhale. Inhale, exhale. Inhale and exhale. Inhale, center. And let's exhale, release the hands now all the way down. Inhale, lengthen up. And exhale, twist. Keeping the body lengthened, stacked vertebrae. Inhale, lengthen up. Exhale, twist. Using those ab muscles. Inhale, lengthen up. Keeping length through the body. Exhale. Inhale. Allowing the body to have a breath. Nice deep wave of breath moving. Exhale. Inhale. Last one. Exhale. Inhale. Now as we have the diamond shape with our legs, let's exhale, bring the hands down, keep the back flat, grab a hold of the legs wherever you have, roll the shoulders back, keep that nice flat back, shoulders roll back and down, let the heart start to lengthen forward as we hinge at the hips. You can move the hands down the legs as we start to hinge forward and down. Make sure that we're with the breath here. So we hang on to our legs, maybe our knees, our ankles. Focusing on the breath, bringing the heart forward on the exhales. Keeping the shoulders rolled back and down. Inhales, expand through the torso, nice flat back. Exhale, sinks us forward and down. Inhale, expanding. Feeling the whole belly. Exhale, sinking. Inhale. Exhale. One more deep breath here. Let's exhale. Start to lift up. Now as we lift back up, we have that nice diamond shape, which just simply means the heels were further away from our body. Let's start to bring it in a little bit closer. We allow one knee to lengthen, keeping that butterfly. Bring it all the way in like we would for butterfly. So just bring one leg in close to the body. The other leg, let's point the knee upward. Let's bring the sole of the foot down to the ground and press one sole of the foot. So the knee that's open, that sole of the foot presses into the other foot as that other foot presses into the floor. Take the opposite arm to that knee, bring it around. Let's inhale, lengthen up through the torso. This time the palm faces us. Let's have 2 more breaths here. And then as we exhale, let's open up through the shoulder. Let's bring that palm all the way down. Keep length through the back. Roll the shoulder back and down. Allow yourself to continue to twist. Nice deep breaths. We're going to allow ourselves to come forward, releasing that twist. Now as we release the twist, we have the same legs here. Take that other hand that's diagonal to that leg that is into the floor and grab the ankle. Then take that same hand that the knee points up on and bring it through the triangle of the legs. As we start to do that, let's take the hands and bring interlaced fingers. Lengthen through the arms, roll the shoulders back and draw the heart through those arms so that we can lengthen. Now as we press the sole of the foot into the ground, let's start to tilt to the opposite glute. Let that knee come to the ground. Lengthen through the back as if through the tailbone, all the way through the crown of the head. We're trying to make a nice diagonal as we press the other sole of the foot down. Deep breaths here. One more breath. And let's exhale. Starting to come back up to both glutes. So before we were tilted on one side, now we're going to allow the opposite knee to hang down. Bring that sole of the foot reaching the other side. As we take the other knee, let's bring it upward facing. Plant the sole of the foot on the ground. Press the other foot into the other foot as the sole comes down for the other leg. Let's take opposite arm to that leg, bend knee towards the ceiling, and inhale, lengthen through the body. Palm faces us and lengthen fingertips up towards the ceiling. And a nice deep relaxing breath here. Let's exhale, open it up, keep the length in the spine, bring that palm behind us, plant the palm, twist through the body, open the shoulders and look behind you. Try to keep length throughout the vertebrae as we have stacked vertebrae. Let's exhale, slowly start to release that. As we come forward again, we're gonna let that other knee soften down towards the floor. Grab that opposite hand to the knee that's bent up towards the ceiling, and we're gonna grab a holding ankle, hanging on, plant the foot. Take that other arm, bring it through the triangle of the legs. As you do, open up the hands and bring interlaced fingers, hanging on to that lower ankle. Start to lean over to the other side. Allow the pressure to come onto that glute. Press the knee into the ground. Roll the shoulders back. Press the heart forward. Lengthen through the back as we draw in at the abs. Pressing that other sole of the foot down and lengthening through the back. Nice deep breaths here. On the breath as well as length and stability. One more breath. And let's exhale, release that. As we release that, let's come into a partial boat. So what we're gonna do is come to our feet, our glutes, hip width distance apart, knees bent, lengthen through the back. Let's bring our hands underneath the legs, leaning back to a comfortable diagonal. Roll those shoulders back, lift through the heart, tuck in those abs, keep the back flat, lengthen through the neck, hang on to the backs of the legs. We're gonna lift one leg all the way out, pointing the toe, and then bring it back down. Inhale, opposite leg. Exhale, sole of the foot grounds. Inhale. Nice deep breath. Exhale. Inhale. Exhale. Inhale. Exhale. Inhale. Exhale. Inhale. Exhale. One more. Inhale. And exhale. Starting to sit back up. Let's bring hands around the knees. Grab a hold. Roll those shoulders back. Lift through the heart. Lift the gaze. Tuck those abs in. We're drawing our abs close to the legs. We're lifting through the heart towards the ceiling along with our gaze. We're just taking nice deep breaths here, opening through the heart chakra. Let's exhale and start to round the back. Tuck in the chin, tuck in the abs, round all the way through the spine for our cat pose. Another deep breath here in cat. Lengthen all the way up through that nice flat back. Bring hands behind us, fingertips point forward. Soften those elbows, roll the shoulders back, lift through the heart, lift the gaze. Keep those abs tucked in. Nice deep breath here. Exhale, let's bring it forward. Now as we bring it forward, maybe bringing the feet a little bit closer to our glutes. We are going to come into tabletop. So let's find knee ankle alignment, toes point forward. Find shoulder wrist alignment, fingers also point forward. Let's inhale and lift the glutes just as high as we can. And then we're going to exhale, release the glutes. keep those hands behind us, softened elbows, lengthen through the heart. Inhale, lift the legs, point the toes. Exhale, bring the soles of the feet back down, drop the glutes, inhale. Exhale, release. Boat pose, inhale. Exhale, release. Inhale, table. Exhale, release the glutes. Inhale, boat pose. Exhale, taking our time. Inhale, tabletop. Exhale, slowly release. Inhale, boat pose. And exhale, release. Let's lift back up. Grab a hold of those knees. Inhale to that cow-like posture as we lift through the heart. Roll those shoulders back and down. Bring the gaze up. And let's exhale. Hang out to those knees back into our cat pose. Inhale, lengthen through the back. Exhale, let's go ahead and lift one side, lifting toes. And we're going to take opposite hand to that side. Bring it to the lateral foot. The other knee is going to remain bent today. Let's bring the hand down by our hip and extend out. Lengthen through the back. Now you can always keep that knee bent. We're looking for open shoulders and lengthening through the back. You can start to bring the hand back behind us like we would for a twist. Allow yourself to stabilize with this one today. So find shoulders relaxed, spine lengthened, abs tucked in, opening through the shoulders and lengthening through the leg, but first lengthening through our body. So through the torso with our vertebrae. Then let's go ahead and exhale, release that. As we release that, let's release that hand back forward. Inhale into our cow posture. And exhale into our cat. Inhale, flat back. We're moving on to the other side. Lift the toes. Opposite hand comes to that lateral side. Keep stable. Lift the foot. Turn to that side. Open the shoulders. Hand can come down like we would for a twist. And then remember, it's all about the back being lengthened here. As we open through the shoulders, if you can and when you can start to lengthen through that front leg. Let's exhale. We're going to release. Bring ourselves back forward. Relax. We're going to move to one side or the other as we come up to all fours. Let's find all fours here for a moment. Inhale into our cow. Exhale into our cat. Remembering to check in with the knees. Make sure you have knee pads if you need them, or fists for wrists if you need to protect our wrists. Let's move back into our cow as we inhale. Exhaling into our cat. Inhale, cow. Exhaling, cat. Let's move all the way back from cat pose. Glutes to heels, stretch it forward, extended child's pose, release the head. Stretching forward, spreading through the fingertips. Let's inhale, come all the way forward, lengthen from knees to crown of head. Make sure that our hands are directly under our shoulders, that we have that alignment, shoulder, elbow, wrists. And let's draw all the way back, extended child's pose. Starting to move forward on an inhale, let's go ahead and bring it down to our forearms. Checking again that our shoulder, elbow alignment, forearms down, palms down, tuck the toes under and lengthen through the heels so that we're coming into our forearm plank. Try to lengthen through the body, tighten the abs, and let's focus on our breath for 2 more breaths. And let's exhale. First, release the knees. Then gently, slowly release the hips. Relaxing as we come right our forearms and palms. We're also squeezing those shoulder blades together towards the midline of the back as we release the shoulders away from the ears. Let's go ahead and exhale, release the head, keep the same posture, draw chin into chest, and even draw the abs up off the floor as we draw into the back. And then exhale, release the abs back down, roll the shoulders back and down, draw the heart forward and lift through the crown as we inhale. Exhale, let's draw the chin into chest, draw the abs in, lift the abs up off the floor. Release the abs back down into the floor, heart forward, roll the shoulders back, inhale, lift through the crown of the head. Let's exhale, we're going to release down. Let's bring our hands to the sides of the chest, tuck the elbows in, and as we inhale, press through the palms, kneeling plank. As we exhale, let's move into our wide-legged extended child's pose. So bringing glutes to heels, knees open, releasing all the way down. Getting back in tune with our breath. Spreading through the fingers, let's inhale, starting to come up, knees under the hips and tuck the toes, coming into our downward facing dog. Let's start to relax the heels down towards the mat by bicycling the legs as we keep the back flat. Starting to walk our feet towards our hands. As we come all the way to the hands, feet are now taking the weight. Let's inhale into our monkey pose. So that just means bring the gaze forward, shine the heart forward, shoulders roll back down, knees soft, flatten through our back. Taking another deep breath in our monkey pose. Let's exhale, release into our forward fold. This time grasp behind the legs. Let's give ourselves a hug. Then we're going to release the arms. We want to move into ragdoll. So let the arms move into the elbows. Let the hands move into the elbows. Keep the knees soft. Keep the hip width distance apart. Release all the way through the back. And if you want to add movement, simply hinge one knee at a time, allowing the glutes and hips to move side to side as you relax through the body. Finding the breath in our ragdoll. Let's go ahead and come back to a still point in our ragdoll. Inhale, monkey pose. Exhale, forward fold. Keep the knees soft. We're flattening the back. Press through the heels. Tighten the glutes. Inhale, reverse swan dive. Remember the back stays flat. We hinge at the hips as we bring it all the way up and over. And exhale. Let's bring palms together, hands to heart. Nice deep breath here. Let's inhale, lengthen up and over. And exhale, bring it down to our chair pose. So find the arms that suit you. Check your chair pose, knees hinge, toes lift, heels take most of our weight. We hinge back at the hips. So we're pressing back. We have a nice flat back. Hands can be on the knees even. We're going to inhale, lengthen up and over. Exhale again, coming back down into our chair pose, whether hands are on knees, palms face us, still have the same posture, lengthen arms, or hands at heart. Let's go ahead and release. Inhale, lengthen up and over. Exhale, this time palms together, hands to heart, step it forward. As we step forward, lift the heel. And now we're going to take the heel, draw it in, exhale, let the hips open. As we open the hips, moving to that side, check in with the knee. Let's take our right hand, we're going to come into side angle. We have lots of options here. We could bring palm faces up, bring it down to the forearm, hand can stay on the hip, hand can be on the shoulder, or extend it all the way up and over. Another idea for this is bringing the hand all the way to the medial side of the foot. This is more challenging. Still stacking hips, stacking shoulders, either lifting up or lengthening over. So find where your challenge is for you today. Let's exhale. So if we were at the bent elbow here, we're going to exhale, bring that arm shoulder alignment right down. We're going to reverse this so it's revolving side angle down to the floor, and inhale, bringing the other arm up. If this doesn't work, you can bring it to the hip, to the knee, and just allow yourself a little extra support today as we're breathing through the posture, stabilizing in the feet, lengthening through the back. Let's exhale, starting to frame that front foot. Let's pick up the back heel and bring it up so we come into a low lunge with palms on the ground. Let's step back that forward foot and move into our downward facing dog. Inhale, let's move into plank. Exhale, draw those elbows in. We're going to move through crocodile all the way down to the floor. Inhale, we're coming into our baby cobra. Roll those shoulders back. Squeeze the elbows towards the rib cage. Lift the palms. Bring the gaze forward. Shine the heart forward. Let's exhale. Press the palms into the ground. Elbows into the rib cage. Inhale, kneeling plank. Exhale, extended child's pose. One more deep breath here. And let's start to move it forward, moving all the way into our downward facing dog. And this time, we're going to walk our hands back to our toes. Forward fold. Inhale, monkey. Exhale, let's hinge back, chair pose. Keep that back nice and flat. Inhale, up and over. Exhale, bringing hands to heart. Let's step the opposite foot forward. Remember, Ajani Asana, lift the back heel. Now we're gonna bring that back heel, drawing down, opening up the hips side to side. Check that front knee, make sure that it aligns so we can see the toes. Remember, we're coming into that side angle pose first. So let's bring palm faces up, hinge at the elbow, bring it down, lifting that other arm up, hip, just in case we have any shoulder issues, elbow issues, up and over or all the way over. Another option to bring this into more of a challenging pose is to bring the palm all the way down to the inside step of the other foot, of the front foot. Let's find the breath here as we find lengthened vertebrae, stacked shoulders, stacked hips. Now, if we were all the way up onto that forearm, we're going to take the hand that's up and over, and let's bring it down into the mat right underneath that shoulder, spreading through the fingers. Hand can come to that knee, and we can simply look over to the side, or we could bring it all the way up. Nice deep breaths here. Lengthening, flattening through the back as we stack shoulders, ground through the feet. Let's exhale, release down. Lift that heel, bring it into that low lunge, plant the hands, step it back for downward facing dog. Let's walk it out here through the heels. Take a couple of breaths as we settle into our downward facing dog. This is one of our relaxing poses.
If this doesn't work for relaxing for you quite yet, you can always move into a child's pose. Let's go ahead and inhale, moving into our plank. Let's exhale, gently release the knees, hinge at the elbows, moving through crocodile as we come down to the mat. As we come down, we want to move into our locust pose. So palms face the body, fingers reach back. Remember, feet stay hip width distance apart, pointed toes. Let's go ahead, release. On an inhale, let's lift the head, roll those shoulders back, stretch through the fingertips, lift the legs up off the floor and point the toes. Finding our breath here. Let's exhale, release. As we release, let's make fists for wrists. Tuck them under the hips. We're working on the low back. So as we tuck the fists for wrists under the hips, we're bringing the gaze forward again. Remember, shoulders roll down and back. And we're focusing on the legs as we lift through the legs up and off the floor. The heart might lift, the shoulders roll back. We lengthen through the neck. Let's lift the legs, toes, point just as high as we can. And then let's dorsiflex the feet. Point the toes, dorsiflex the feet. Plantar flexion as we point the toes. And let's release all the way down. Let's bring hands back to the sides. Elbows tuck in. Kneeling plank as we inhale. As we exhale, let's move into regular child's pose. Remember, regular child's pose can be the forehead and arms back, or you could stack hands, arms, or even fists. Let's check in with the breath. One more breath here. Let's start to bring the hands forward, stretching. Take a nice deep breath. We're going to move all the way back into our downward facing dog. So taking our time, moving forward, tuck the toes, lift through the glutes. Letting the heels again sink down as we flatten through the back. Let's inhale, one leg, heel comes all the way back up. And exhale, bend the knee and draw it forward. As we start to set the other heel back like we would for a warrior, let's bend the front knee and come up into our warrior one. One more breath here. Let's exhale. Release the arms. Come down to the hips. Hinge forward with that flat back. Let's step it forward, hip width distance apart. Inhale, bring it up and over. One more breath. And let's exhale, palms together, hands to heart. We're going to step the opposite leg back. Coming back with the heel, lengthening through the back, hips forward. Inhale, bring the arms up, warrior one. Let's exhale, bring the hands, arms all the way down to the hips, hinge forward. Step it forward. Inhale, bring your arms up and over. And exhale, palms together, hands to heart. Let's take a moment here. We're probably going to do two balancing poses. One is more about the energy. Let's start off with the one with more about the energy. So hip width distance apart, bring it in slightly closer so we have about a fist between the heels. Start to bring the toes, the big toes, until they touch together. So we have a nice kind of triangle right here from the big toes to the points of the heels. making that triangle. Let's go ahead, soften those knees, relax the shoulders. This is bamboo in the wind. Now here we can add a hand mudra, like chin mudra. So that would be our index finger touching the thumb pad, index finger touching the thumb pad, extended 3 fingers. And for chin mudra, we bring the palms facing our body. Let's go ahead and take nice deep breaths with the eyes closed. Remember, we have soft knees. Just imagine we are bamboo in the wind, letting that energy flow. Each and every breath might sway the body. Gentleness come over the crown of the head, relaxing down through the neck and shoulders. And we just feel the tension melt away from our body as we move it down, moving that energy down through the chest, through the abs, through the back, all the way down through the hips, through the legs. Just releasing and grounding that energy into the earth. Feeling supported, feeling that foundation beneath our feet. Focusing on the breath of energy. As you feel the wave of breath move through the body, expanding and releasing. Start to step it back out to hip width distance apart. Let's release our mudra and bring hands to heart. We want to move into our stabilizing tree pose. So remember, there's a lot of options with tree. We have hip width distance apart. Let's start with bringing one heel to the arch of the foot and planting that foot down, letting the toes point off to the side, to that same side effect, keeping both knees soft, noticing that our knees are soft. We're still pressing through the feet. Our abs are tucked in. We're lifting that pelvic floor, tucking in and up as we relax the shoulders, coming back to that heart. Remembering to check in with yourself, find out what is challenging for you and not over challenging. So find that focal point. Focus on the breath and the focal point as you focus the stability into the soles of the feet. When you're ready, you can lift a heel. You can bring the heel right above the ankle, resting. You can come to the tippy toes. Remember, anywhere along this balancing practice, you can stop and pause. You could also bring it up to the calf muscle. And trying to avoid that knee joint if we can. Maybe we could bring it all the way into that inner thigh. Remember to check in with your body. Finding balance, finding stability. And when we're ready, we can start to open up those arms and hands. Stretching like a tree would. So here we have the waist drawing upwards. We're lengthening up towards the sky. And from the hips down, we are grounding into that leg and foot. Let's exhale, bringing the hands back to the heart center. Gently releasing that leg, coming back to hip width distance apart. Let's open through those legs,
all the way out to straddle here. Toes point forward, heels behind the toes, hands to the hips. Inhale. Stabilize through the feet, flatten through the back, hinge at the hips, heart leads forward, down. Keep the knees soft. Inhale, press to the soles of the feet. Let's lift and lengthen the body back up. Exhale, heart leads forward, down. Inhale. Nice deep breaths here. Exhale, warming up the hips and legs. And once you've released this last time, you can take the hands from the hips and just bring it anywhere along the legs, resting them, releasing the back, the head, the neck, the shoulders. Let's go ahead and bring the hands back up to the hips. Remember, soft knees, flat through the back. Nice flat back as we press through the soles of the feet, coming back up. Let's heel toe. Remember which side we did our tree pose on. Come back to that hip width distance apart. Roll the shoulders back. Let's find centered, hands to heart. Bring that opposite heel into the arch of the foot. Soften knees. Tuck the abs in, lengthen through the back. Heart center, finding that focal point to stare at again. Feeling that foundation that supports us. We can lift a heel. We can bring it above the ankle. We can even come to the tippy toe instead of the ball of the foot. So each time we send just a little more weight over into the foundation leg. Maybe we can come to the calf muscle. Remember, you can stop anywhere along the process where it is challenging for you today. And avoiding that knee, maybe we come all the way into the inner thigh. Finding that focal point. Let's breathe in and out of the nose, focusing back on our breath. Feeling rooted from the hips down, we root into the earth. From the waist up, we're going to start stretching and moving upward as we open those arms, open the palms of the hands, the fingertips, and stretch all the way up. Feeling as if we're reaching for the heavens from the waist above, from the hips below. We reach for our foundation, the earth. Let's go ahead and bring it all the way back, slowly centering the hands back to our heart. And let's gently release that foot. Coming back to that hip width distance apart. Let's take a moment and move side to side, bringing energy now through both legs, through both feet. Keeping the knees soft, keeping the hip width distance apart. Now grounding through the feet. Let's inhale, lengthen through the arms. Exhale, forward fold, hinge at the hips. Inhale, let's come into half back. Let's stretch and lengthen in our half back here as we have those hip width distance apart. Soften the knees, our back is flat, our shoulders are rolled back. Let's move right into our airplane, stabilizing through the soles of the feet, stretching back, lengthening through the crown. Nice deep breaths here. Let's exhale, slowly release all the way down. We're going to come back down into the mat as we step it back for our downward facing dog. Take a moment here, having a few deep breaths. Let's move into our plank pose. Try and find alignment here. We want to move into our side plank, so lengthen. Allow the feet to come to the side, the hips to stack, the shoulders to stack as we bring one arm up. Remember, we can also do kneeling and our forearm
Let's move back to plank. Take a nice deep breath, setting up for the opposite side. Side plank. And let's exhale. Bring it back to plank. Take a nice deep breath in plank. Let's gently bring the knees down. And come back into any child's pose of your choice. Taking nice deep breaths in our child's pose. Alright, starting to calm the body, calming the breath. We're getting back in tune with breath and body here. Let's come all the way to our mat. Come to an easy cross-legged style. Unless this is difficult, maybe using pillows, blankets to prop you up, or possibly even coming out to that diamond shape, or maybe just open the legs. So whatever is mostly comfortable for you to sit nice and tall. So take a moment, finding that comfortable spot that we can sit tall, remembering that the most important posture here is our seated posture according to Asana, according to the yogis. Our seated posture, being able to sit comfortably without pains and aches and even restlessness because it's uncomfortable either on the back, the hips, or the knees. So make sure you're comfortable here. Let's stack through the vertebrae, roll the shoulders back and down, closing the eyes, coming back into the breath. Noticing the breath, deepening the breath, expanding with the inhales, and the exhales, drawing into center, contracting. Feeling that rhythmic wave with our breath through the body. So we're going to start off with humming on our next two breaths. So let's inhale to hum. Inhale to hum. Last one, inhale to hum. The next three, we're going to open the mouth with a nice O sound and come into Om. Let's inhale to Om. Inhale to Om. Last one, inhale to Om. Nice deep breaths here, relaxing.
let's just take a moment, now that we've created this vibration, this peace. Take a moment to check in with the body. We relax the mind, we relax the shoulders. Relaxing all the way down. Do we still feel any little aches, pains, tension, or stress within our body? And just noticing that, not judging it, not analyzing it, just noticing where we possibly have just a little bit of discomfort or aches and pains. And let's just acknowledge that part of our body where we might feel a little extra tension. And as we acknowledge that part of the body, let's take a moment. Maybe we bring our hands to that area. Maybe it's more than one area. And we just bring our hands to heal that area of the body, wherever we feel that stress, that tension. Taking nice deep breaths, focusing our energy through the hands from the crown of our head. Imagining energy coming from up above, whether it's from the universe, from the heavens. It's coming from all around us. We're drawing that down through the crown and letting it move through the spine, through our arms, into the palms of the hands, where we're bringing that energy to the body. Wherever we feel that extra tension, stress, wherever we need that extra healing power. And let's just focus our breath, our intention, and our energy into that area of stress. Taking nice deep breaths, relaxing it every exhale. So every time we inhale, imagine drawing space into that ache, pain, tension, and the exhale, we release it. We've paid enough attention to that area of stress, tension. We're going to gently release that. Let's make our way all the way down to the floor as we have relaxed the body. We've paid attention. We even scanned through the body for any extra aches and pains. Let's bring the knees into chest as we come back to our backs and start to release. We want to come all the way into our Shavasana from here. So take a moment. If there's any extra movements you need, like squeezing knees and rocking side to side, maybe out stretching the legs, whatever feels good to you here and now. As we take a few last breath movements, and let's release down to our Shavasana. We want to relax. Remember, we want to keep coming back to meditate. Let's keep our palms open, relaxing into the earth, releasing, letting go through the legs when possible, letting the feet be open. If you need any props, blankets, pillows, feel free and welcome to bring those, so that we'll keep coming back to our meditation as we relax at the end of class. Let's take nice deep breaths here, inhaling and exhaling through the body. And here we are, while we're lying down in relaxation, we are going to come back into scanning again. So let's just be aware of the breath here as we relax the body. Let's bring awareness to the body, breathing in, breathing out.
touch or pressure where we make contact with the earth and our body. Throughout this practice, we allow as much time as you need or want to experience and investigate each area of the body. We move from outward focus to inward focus. Our eyes are relaxed. Our body is relaxed. As we bring focus into the breath, the room disappears as we focus inward. Starting at the crown of the head, moving down through the mind, our thoughts, into the jaws. We release the thoughts, we release and relax our jaws. We allow this relaxation as we slowly move through the neck. As we turn to our thoughts, our emotions, our feelings, we simply observe them as they flow freely, neutrally observing without bias. Let's take a moment. Is there any pressing thoughts? If so, we have pen and paper near us. We can write those down so that we can let them go. And if not, we can still allow the thoughts to slowly dissipate like clouds in the sky, releasing, relaxing as we continue our inward journey. Our mind clears breath by breath. We relax the head, the mind, the jaws, the face, the neck. We release our tension. We start to move now into the shoulders, the arms, the elbows, the wrists, all the way through the palms of the hands and our fingertips. Are we holding any sensations? Do we feel any tingling, prickling? Or maybe we feel nothing at all. How does your body feel? When you feel you have relaxed the shoulders, the arms, all the way through the fingers, releasing any extra tension as we exhale. We start to move into the chest, the ribs, the abdomen. Continuing with our deep breath here as we breathe. We listen to our body. What is it telling us? Do we need to pay attention more to our heart? Taking a moment to listen to the heart. Thanking the heart
intestines, the kidneys, the liver, all the parts within the body that are so important to us. Let's take a moment and just resonate with them. Can we bring a smile to the kidneys, to the liver, to the pancreas, to our heart, to our diaphragm, to our stomach, the spleen, smiling upon the organs of the body, bringing them joy, taking a moment, allowing them to feel the breath as we energize and oxygenate and love the organs of the body. And then slowly starting to release and move down into the hips as we bring our breath down through the legs, the knees, ankles, all the way through the soles of the feet and the toes. As we breathe, we listen to our body and the sensations we feel as it allows us to be more aware of how we actually feel. Take a moment to scan through the body from crown of the head all the way through the fingertips and the toes. If something is present for you, you can write it down, or we can just let it go. Breath by breath, we release through the glutes, the pelvis, the legs, the knees, the ankles, feet, and toes. Not controlling anything, we allow the physical and emotional feelings to be as they are. How do you feel? Allowing an openness. As we inquire of the body, feeling the sensations and communications within the body, acknowledge how you feel. Let's bring awareness back to the breath and feel it reach down through the entire body as you breathe and let go of any remaining tension within the body. Is there anything we're holding on to? Any sensations, emotions? Let's take a moment to recognize them. And then bring yourself back to awareness through the breath. As we refocus on center here, that could be the low dantian, that could be our mid dantian, or anywhere is in between as we focus on the center of our body. Feeling aligned, feeling centered, balanced. As we start to open the eyes, as we bring movement back to our
going to move to our left side, if we can, to our left side in our fetal position. We could take a moment here, relaxing. We could draw knees into chest and give ourselves a squeeze. When we are ready, let's try to press through the palms of the hands. Try to use arm strength to push us away from the earth as we bring ourselves all the way back up.
Thank you for joining me today as we move through asana, learning a little more about meditation as well, as we find that the most important posture in our asana is our seated posture and feeling comfortable in our seated posture. So thank you for joining me today. Namaste. Have a wonderful day.